Okay. Um, Gotta close the door. Oh. Yeah, just be very, very quiet, please. This already recording. Wait, let him in. Oh, it is. Okay. Be quiet. Lay down. Right here. Come on, right here. Yeah. Lay down. Lay down. Right here. Down. Lay down. You're welcome. Lay down. Mhm. There you go. Okay. Now, where was I? Okay, taking a look at the daily time frame. Last night there was a new all-time high that was created. Um, and this time it happened, same thing, overnight during or was it? Oh no, it was made during US session, but that's because of CPI news. Yesterday CPI came out, I didn't trade it. And if we take a look, it was a complete just bull run from the news that came out at 5:30. So from 5:30 to the new high, we pushed up over at least 1,000 points. It was 1,000 points. Um, what's up with this? Oh, let's go back to right before market open. It's right there, perfect. So looking at the 4 hour, because we push a new all-time high, I don't really like to trade around these times, these areas, because it's really hard to say where price is going to go. If it's going to continue to keep climbing or if it's going to have a retracement. Like if you can see, every time a new all-time high was created here, this one pumped up, little consolidation, pumped up, consolidation, pumped up. This one had a slight retracement to below, um, where the bull run happened, and then it pumped up again. Same thing here. Looks like we're gonna have a retracement. So just looking at this, we had some structure right here. Move up, move down. We broke this low. So we broke this low on the 3 a.m. candle. So my bias for the day was gonna be bearish. I was gonna take a sell. Right. So I had this order block right here highlighted in case price came up to here, but um it's fine. Just let him do it. Let him do his thing. Check the battery, 8%. Okay. I knew that this order block was only going to be more valid if it had like a sweep of liquidity, for example. Swept this liquidity, came up. And we had this order block right here, right? Which actually I didn't highlight this in the morning. I should have done this. This probably would have actually helped my trade a lot more, but um, I'll go back and take a look later how that would have played out had I had that highlighted. Oh, shoot, what did I do? Okay, let's go to the 1 hour now. And on the 1 hour, I'm looking for any areas of liquidity. So we broke this low. We had this area of liquidity. We had this area of liquidity. Where I was saying if we can get that sweep to the upside, then we can take our move going to the downside, right? Um, I think I did have this highlighted actually. I had something highlighted here from this morning that I had left overnight. I believe it was. Oh yeah, it was this one right here. This order block, which got invalidated on this candle. Now I remember it was this order block right here that got invalidated on this candle, which turned it into forgot the name of it. Let's see. If I could spell. What is it called? Breaker block. There we go. Which to me turned into a breaker block. If it had bounced here, then orders would be filled and it would still come up. So for the day already, I had no, it was kind of hard to say like a bias because um price comes here, it can come up, come here, come down. So there wasn't really a lot of motion for the trade to go anywhere, right? Let's go down to the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, we had, was it this area right here? Because I remember during this time we were already in the order block. I might have drawn the wrong one then. Go on the hourly. I did draw the wrong one. Crap. It was this move right here, right? Yeah. So then 6 a.m. came around and then 6:30 happened. Okay. So 6:30 opened. I'm looking for the day just being bearish. And then what I was looking for was market to push above here, sweep this liquidity, fill orders, and then make its move down. But then 6:30 came along, right? And I was looking at this low, and I was looking at, we just marked the open for significance to show what price was doing upon market open, right? So then we had price come down here, wicked up. Same thing. Price came down here, wicked up. This is actually where I took my first entry though. But just looking at price, so 6:30, 6:45 up into 7, price hadn't done anything. If you go on the 1 minute, where it is? Oh, it's right here. For 30 minutes, we hadn't left this range of price, right? This highlighted box, which is only 142 points, which is 165 points, which is nothing. I mean, price was just whipsawing back and forth, but then 7 a.m. came across the candles, and I started to see movement going to the downside. And I'm like, and when my head, I'm thinking, okay, if price can break below this low, and price for the day is bullish, and we have to fill giant move up, right? Because this was based on news. And normally when we have a news day that pushes price up or down this violently, usually price will retrace somewhere into here, right? Might come down, might even come all the way down here. And this was actually one of my targets. Had price played the way I wanted it to, right here, right? So then I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm thinking we broke below this low, but liquidity was not swept. We're not touching any areas where orders can be filled, like fair value gaps, order blocks, breaker blocks, equilibrium. So that's already one mistake that I was making. I was already trading outside of my rules that I had, and I even kept telling myself like, make sure you're trading within your rules. Make sure you're being smart with your account. Like we're not looking for profits, we're looking for growth, and we're looking for growth based on our strategy. So once this candle came right here, I kind of made like the executive decision in my head to we're not gonna follow these rules. We're just gonna take a sell, right? And as soon as I took that sell, I instantly knew that um I shouldn't have done it. That it was a bad idea. So my stop loss was right here, and I had my take profit all the way, I believe it was like right around here. Yes. Remember the profit, the target that I wanted to hit, right? And this is one of the main reasons why I needed to start journaling because it's easy to journal all my wins, but like ugly trading days like this is just gonna help me go back and like really realize what I'm doing isn't working when it comes to stuff like this. Like this is just beginner stuff that I should have let go a long time ago in the past. And when stuff like this happens, I try to just forget about it and move on to the next day. But really, I can't forget about it because then the problem will keep happening over and over, right? So as soon as I took that sell, like I instantly knew, okay, like this is, there's no reasoning behind me taking this sell. I just made this up in my head, like, oh, if we break below this low and I break outside of this box, I'll be able to take a short. And I got stopped out. So for the day, I should have already been done trading, right? But then I saw price making a leg all the way back up. And realistically, I should have stopped trading. Like I should have shut everything down right here. Now let me do this. Right. Once I saw these two candles right here, it should have been my sign to stop trading because like prices literally had gone nowhere upon open. It had came down, wicked up, came down, wicked up, and it wasn't giving me good price action. But then I saw this break. Oh, actually, it was this candle right here. I was like, okay, maybe orders are being filled here on this breaker block to the upside, right? Because if I have this order block, let's say I have this order block right here, and I want price to come, fill orders, come back down. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. So in that case, let's say price comes up, then this becomes a breaker block. So if price came down into here, more orders would be filled to the upside, and then I can take my buy. So basically, it's just what you were using that order block for originally, you just flip it for the opposite direction. So here, I was more confident on this one. So I took a buy, anticipating the move to come into this area and make its move up to this liquidity. So this one also was kind of a crappy trade. Like I just kind of threw it to because looking back, you can see that price did come into here, touch this breaker block, came up, and then came back down. But this was also news. I forgot that there was news today. I think it was like consumer, something consumer news. But it was also high impact. Had my target, right? And I had my stop right below here because there was also this 1 minute fair value gap that came up right here. So I'm thinking, okay, if price, not right there, right here. It would take a lot for price to come in here, but maybe it would tap this fair value gap and then come back up. This just w was not good trading at all. This was not good strategy by me. And then looking at this, like price would kind of have to come almost like back to it would have to make a march towards all-time highs again, which I didn't really like. Like these were two really bad trades by me, and that was just me not being disciplined and letting my emotions get the best of me during these trades. Try to make it. Let's do this. Right. Screen sharing is paused. Hmm. Whatever. Once price started making its move, so I had this initial push, which really gave me good confirmation that um, price was gonna hit my target, right? That I was at least gonna get to this liquidity. But then price started to reject, came down heavy, and at this point in my head, I'm like, okay, like this is not good for me because I'm taking it's kind of like it is a revenge trade in my opinion. This is a revenge trade. That first trade shouldn't have happened, and this second trade is even a bigger mistake because I'm already in the hole. At this point, I'm thinking more about P&L than anything, which I shouldn't be doing. I really just got to be thinking about strategy. But then we got some life here, came back up, started consolidating, came back down. And at this point, I kind of like accepted my fate where I was like, this trade is a loser, right? Because I was looking at this where price right here faked out, looked like it was going to come down out of this zone and then came back up. And I was thinking the exact same thing here. Oh, price got me right here too. Like I fell for both of these little traps, right? Where and then price was going to come back down, and it was just going to continue to range, and that's what the market's been doing all day, just ranging, like back and forth, back and forth. But then we started getting a break to the upside, and at this point, like I started to move my stop loss up here. I moved it to this high, right here. Actually, I believe it was this high. No, it was this one right here. Like right there, right? Because I already knew that this trade was not good. I knew that both trades I took were terrible, and at least I can break even for the day. So on this next candle, it stopped me out, and then thank God I did that because then it started to come down heavy, and I would have just been waiting for this trade to like either hit my stop loss or take profit. And at this point, I knew that price was going to continue to range, so I just made it a 1-to-1. And after about a couple hours, it finally came and hit stop loss. Like I got really close to take profit, really close to stop loss. Tapped right here, like I said, that fair value gap, it just barely tapped it and came all the way back up. But eventually it did hit stop loss. So, oh, actually, it take profit. I was not expecting that. I think because originally I had my take profit at this liquidity. So it did hit take profit if it was 1-to-1. But in my opinion, just a bad trade. Just was kind of seeing how market was moving prior to market was moving right after open. So the thing I can take away from this is that like I really got to stop making these mistakes and stop thinking every single day is a trading day where I need to take a trade. And I need to be more disciplined. Like, yeah, I lost the I could have um wait, what the okay. I got up. today, but that doesn't mean I gotta take a trade. I'm up for the week. I'm up a good percentage, so let's get out of here. Yes, confirm. I'm up about 2% for the week, so that's good for me. And I got to see it more as a percentage on my whole entire account rather than a win for the day, loss for the day on my P&L. And like I said, today was another red day for me because I had bad habits and I really got to cut that out. But I think me journaling all my trades and being able to go back and look at them is really going to give me like that feeling like, okay, I got to stop doing this because it's obvious that it's not working. I keep making these same mistakes. So, um, this video is gonna help me a lot because I'm gonna be able to come back and really stop making this mistake. Like I'm gonna keep saying it over. I keep making these mistakes. I keep making these mistakes, but I've been doing that for the past 2 years now, and it's one of the reasons why my trading isn't where it should be. I mean, I've gotten a lot better at it. Like I'm not making the same mistake every single day, but I am one bad day can blow up your whole account. Like one bad day mentally for you can blow up your whole account. I could have revenge traded this thing entirely and blew up everything and then I would have to start all over and that's like the worst feeling in the world. So that's it for me. Tomorrow is a heavy news day. I don't know if I'm gonna trade yet, but if there's no video, then that'll show me that I didn't trade and I just ended the week today. All right.